I don't know how that got on there.
That's really strange.
Wrong.
Oh. The Avenged. Amon Amarth feared consumers and press would view the album as unoriginal or a ripoff of Hammerfall. I think that's the fiction response.
That's really strange. First of all, it's The Avenger.
Oh, it said The Avenged.
Yeah. So if it says The Avenged, I don't know, but that sounds really strange.
That's just wrong.
I mean, ripoff of Hammerfall, obviously not. You know, it's like totally not the same music at all. I think at the time I don't know. You know how sometimes I think we're kind of childish and jealous about their success, and we thought they didn't deserve it. But you know, that was just bullshit. And we kind of wrote a joke song about them on the album, and just being complete dicks. You know, seriously.
Dicks?
Yeah. We were assholes. You know, with low self-esteem, I guess. I don't know, but we were being dicks about it. You know, and we kind of talked to the guys in Hammerfall about it and kind of settled everything, and they're really cool guys. And you know, it's one of those things where you kind of at some point have to grow up and realize that the world is not about you, right?
It said you were in a band called The Temple of Full Moon, but you...
Wrong.
Oh, okay, fiction.
It's not a band. It was like some kind of organization that I just came up with that name, and I really wanted to connect people that are, you know, that share the same interests. And like in the early 90s, you know, when we were all like pen pals and there was no internet, we just, you know, tried to find our people and just share knowledge and talk about it and so on and so on. So yeah, but it never really transformed into anything serious. I mean, on my end, you know, there's some guys that picked up the idea and went a bit, they went right-winged.
Yeah, they said
it went out of control. It was a bit
political.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm very apolitical person, so.
Yeah, was that kind of National Socialist black metal type of stuff?
And then like I'm not buying that at all. And
no.
It's just
All right, so there's some fiction for you. It says on Wikipedia that you're a fan of the U.S. Olympic women's curling team.
I don't know the first thing about curling. I don't know how that got on there. I did a previous interview where someone asked me about that. I'm like, I have no idea.
That's amazing. Thank you, whoever put that up, because that's great. The San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah, that's, sure. I mean, I don't hate them. That's not true, but I root for the Wizards, you know, Washington.
Okay, so that I would say that's fiction. The Saskatchewan Roughriders of the CFL.
Saskatchewan Roughriders. CFL.
It's getting painful.
No, that's fiction. Being from Baltimore, we did have the Stallions 2 years. We had the Stallions. They won the Grey Cup in their second year.
Wonderful.
I still have the shirts at my house, and then they became, I believe, the Montreal Alouettes. So if I was going to root for a Canadian team, yeah, right. Saskatchewan Roughriders. But you know what they probably got that from is Terrence and Phillip.
Really?
South Park.
Oh yeah, the Roughriders.
Yeah, I probably was
Classic.
saying that to somebody and they overheard it and then
Killer.
Put it on Wikipedia.
The Vile record. It used Cannibal Corpse's new logo because departing vocalist Chris Barnes owned and trademarked the original one.
Well, it's a little bit slightly like that. I mean, to make a long story short, he drew the logo. You know, so that's all. He never came up with the name. That's known. Alex actually came up with Cannibal Corpse. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Barnes drew the logo. So that was the original logos on our demo tape. Was on our first, you know, the first 4 CDs. Yeah. Until we booted him, and then he wanted basically he wanted money to use the logo. It wasn't like I copyrighted, you guys can't use it. It was, oh, you're going to use the logo, well, I want to be compensated because I drew it. And we said, well, that's ridiculous.
Right.
So let's change it and make a better logo, and we don't have to worry about that. Okay. And that's what we did.
Okay, so there's no trademark, no copyright.
Apparently there isn't. I don't believe there is. I think he was, I don't know, but I don't think he went that far. I don't think he went that far.
It was never like a legal action?
No, but it was more of a, you know, we bypassed all that, like I said. Him wanting money, well, let's just change the logo. Then we don't have to worry about a lawsuit or whatever. We can avoid any of that, and I think the new logo is better anyways. So
I agree.
think so. We avoided that.
Good. All right, so a little bit of fiction in there.
Yeah.
The departure of guitarist and founding member Jesper Stromblad was announced in 2010. The parting was on good terms with him, although in a more recent declaration, Anders, you've said that the band's relationship with him was not going well.
No, I don't
Fiction.
think. Well,
all right.
well, I mean, he had to leave.
He was in a bad
Yeah.
place, really bad place at the time, and it was affecting everybody.
Yeah.
Of course, and we've always been there to support him if we could, you know. But at the end, he just simply couldn't tour.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so he chose to leave the band, which was sort of a relief for everybody, you know. And we've been great friends since.
Yeah, but we are on good terms.
Okay,
so
good.
That's no problem
So
there.
that's a bit of fiction there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Carcass, the Heartwork record, it said Bill Steer handed all the rhythm guitar duties because you lost your passport in India, making you unable to return to England in time to record.
Well, it's partially true.
Okay.
I wasn't stuck in India. I was stuck in Israel, actually.
Wrong country.
I was actually homeless, stuck and homeless in Israel for 2 months.
Really? Was it because you lost your passport?
Yeah, I got into a horrible situation over there, and I found myself without anywhere to. And this is again before cell phones or internet, so it was hard to solve that situation. And going back to the situation with I was there on a private trip, on a holiday, but I got stuck there. Yeah, it's
Did
a
you get
long
arrested
story.
or something? Or?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe your passport was removed from your possession.
Anyway, I made it back just in time to play on but I had a great, beautiful Gibson Flying V that I'd purchased right before that. I brought it to Israel, and I thought I was going to bring it straight to the studio in England, and I lost that as well.
Damn.
So I lost everything there, all my possessions at that time.
It said when you were first diagnosed with leukemia in 2010, it was thought that it was so advanced that chemotherapy could not help.
No, it did help, you know. It actually killed the cancer cells in like 70%.
Yeah.
But then it stopped working, you know, so we had to double the doses and stuff, you know. But it went fast, you know. I stayed in the hospital for 6 months, which was short, you know, according to, you know,
quick recovery.
Yeah.
Last one. It says you and the band have never liked the term Viking metal to describe your music.
It's kind of something that kind of got, I think, misinterpreted. It's kind of right, but it's slightly off. Because what I said was that I think it's weird to describe music in a term where the term for the music or the term for the band is taken from the lyrics.
Sure.
So if you're going to describe a band based on the lyrics, well then Led Zeppelin is Viking metal, Iron Maiden is Viking metal, Enslaved is Viking metal. You know,
every Tolkien influenced band.
Yeah. So it's like I thought that was kind of weird. I don't really dislike it. I guess it's kind of cool. But you know, for someone who likes Enslaved and go like, oh, Amon Amarth also Viking metal. Oh, great.
Right.
And then maybe they're more into black metal than
That's true.
You know.
Yeah. It's Viking metals.
But it doesn't bother me that much. It's just I just thought it was weird.